So you might have noticed that that song cut off, and that is because, like I said, it is part of a concept album, so all of the songs kind of bleed together. I would fade it out if I was able to just kind of put it as an audio file that I can edit, but I can't do that based on the format of podcasts that use other people's music, so sorry about the cutoff. But the special rhythm that I wanted to talk about is called polymeter. So that song is written in polymeter. And what polymeter means is that they're playing two different meters on top of each other that share the same downbeat, but then play different amounts of beats in one group of beats. So if you heard there was 3 beats in the drum line, like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And there were 4 beats in the guitar line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And so what that sounds like together is this. Where my right hand is playing 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and my left hand plays the 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And so that's kind of what it sounds like when you have that polyrhythm playing on top of each other. And it's really interesting. And they actually also have, you can kind of hear 2 versions of the polyrhythm. You can hear the one that I was just playing. And you can hear a quicker one that's 3 and 2 or 6 and 4 together, which sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2. And that's kind of what that sounds like. So it's really interesting. It takes a while to be able to drum that sort of rhythm with your hands. It's hard to get your hands to do 2 different things like that. So you kind of have to get used to what the 2 sound like together. Polyrhythm has its roots in African drumming. And people would drum at these different rhythms and create this very interesting layering effect. In that song that you just heard, The Moth, there's not only that layering of the instruments with the different beats, but there's also a lot of layering in the vocals, which is really nice as well. And this polyrhythm kind of makes a very intense and urgent sounding song. And I love the parts of that song where it goes silent for a couple beats and then the main singer screams musically. He's not really screaming, but it sounds like he's yelling. And I love how he can do that. He does that in a couple different albums. And it's one of the effects that he can do with his voice that I just absolutely love. The next song I have is a little bit different than the songs that we've heard. It's called Blue Rondo a la Turque by the David Brubeck Quartet. It's a jazz song. It's off of his album Time Out, which I have on record. The other song that's on that record that you might recognize is Take 5, a very famous jazz song by David Brubeck. And this song is interesting because it has 2 completely different musical themes, 2 completely different meters in the song. So take a listen. Here's Blue Rondo a la Turque.